So I'm going to be an election worker this
Okay.
election. I have long felt called to learn more about the democratic process and the ins and outs. And I don't think it's fair that we leave it up to our seniors to be working like 13-hour, 14-hour
What a great point.
shifts.
Yeah.
So, and I've always known voting is confusing. Like, it's not as simple as like you just pick your choices and you drop it off. Like, every state is different, all the deadlines. But speaking about California specifically, you can vote. You can register same day and vote in California. There's hotlines that will help support you to know your voter rights. But I'm going to be a vote center clerk. I've gone through my training.
Now, it's going to be in Brentwood or somewhere else?
Bel Air.
Okay, cool.
This is the closest polling location that needed to help. It opens on Saturday, which I believe is November 2nd. There's different hours, but people can come cast their vote. I've learned how to register people who are unhoused. So even if you don't have a physical address, it's a myth. You can still vote. You can register on site.
That's so important.
You can bring your cross streets of where you most regularly sleep at night. That matters because there's different districts different races for different districts. And then for all the other states, like vote.Our, great resource. So that way you can check if there's same day voter registration. Being that California is a vote by mail by default, what I'm telling everyone, use a voter guide. Don't guess on anything. Don't go off of last names or gender assumptions. Use a voter guide. Find an organization that aligns with your values, whether it's Swing Left or Planned Parenthood. Almost every organization that's involved in civics is putting out some sort of endorsements or voter guide. Use that. Make sure you don't leave anything blank. Vote up and down. And then my next thing is drop it off in a valid ballot drop box.
Yes.
So USPS, cornerstone of our democracy, they make sure that people are eligible to vote. They receive their ballots by mail. But there's a lot of election deniers out there working really hard to disqualify votes and just pull some shenanigans. So the best thing for voters to do is drop it off in a valid ballot drop box, which are most often at a library, public school, rec center. Mine was at a rec center. Usually your ballot in California, your ballot will come with your locations that are closest to you. And then my other favorite resource is ballottrax.com, tracks with it, or .org. TRAX. So I like to know when my ballot's on my way, on its way to me, when she's like on her little journey and gotten counted. So I dropped my ballot off last Sunday.
She's giving much democracy, lots of democracy.
And I got a text or I got a voice note or voicemail a couple days later and an email confirming that my vote had been counted. So I can sleep at peace knowing that I did everything I can there. But now it's on to helping all my friends and calling swing states. And there's a lot of different ways to use your gifts, whether you're talking on social, hosting lives, bringing community members together. But the most impactful, like I shared with you earlier, is just helping your immediate circle, checking in on your people, getting them registered, making sure that they have a plan. I've been surprised with, and not in a judgmental way, but like the demands of life are demanding for a lot of people. And I know that like last year I was in survival mode this time of year. So it wouldn't have been as easy for me if I had just moved and needed to find my ballot and register and all that. Thank God California you can register same day, but making sure that your people are set up and good to go and that you can even ask them, like if they're your friends, like ask them for receipts, be like, okay, check your status and show me, because a lot of my friends have moved around, shuffled around over the last couple years and maybe only vote in the presidential. I'm an every race voter, but you know, we love a first time voter. However long it takes you to get here, as long as you get here, we're all in. Well, and then the last thing is election workers, really important, because when we don't have enough election workers, poll workers, polling locations close. And most often, they're pretty strategic in how these polling locations close. There's data that shows over 50% of polling locations have closed since like 2020. And they most often disproportionately impact Black and Brown communities. So they'll strategically close voting centers. And then anyone who's disabled, low income, not able to get out of work and get there in time, it creates further barriers, longer wait time. So it's a nonpartisan role, but election workers really help power our democratic process and ensure that everyone has a safe, fair, accessible, equitable chance at voting. I signed up this year to be a vote center clerk, or I got an assignment through LA County Registrar, but I applied with powerthepolls.org, and we're always looking for new people to vote. California actually pays, so if people are motivated by that, I think it's like $100 a day for
Yeah.
your voting assignments.
Power to the polls.
Powerthepolls.org.
Power the polls.
And we still
.com?
need .org. And we
.org.
still need
Powerthepolls.org.
we still need backups in case people call out sick. So
Sure.
there's a lot of key call outs for the states that are remaining that need more election workers. And now that I've learned it, it's so complex. I'm like, okay, I'm in it for life. And it's going to be really rewarding and exciting to help the people.
Yeah.
So
And hell yeah. And come on. We owe it. We can't turn this on to our seniors. Come on. No. So thank you again for the work that you're doing there. And for anybody that wants to find out information on how they can be a poll worker again,
Powerpolls.org.
Yeah. We'll see you after the break.